Hey, everybody. It's Barry with the Biz Show. How are you doing today? I'm here with you with your next quick hit. And on these quick hits, we've done several of them in the past, a lot of them in our audio section, and now we're bringing them to you and introduce them to you as well in our video section here on YouTube. So this quick hit, basically, it's the premise is basically I'm going to talk about a topic real quick, 8 minutes or less. This one, due diligence, right? So, as investor relation advisors, business brokers, so on and so forth, and company founders, owners, investors, y'all use this word a lot. And a lot of people don't understand it. And I just had a conversation the other day with somebody who wants to sell their business first time, and they've never heard. I mean, they kind of knew what due diligence was, but they never really heard it put in a business since before. So I thought it might be a good topic for us to talk about. So first of all, what is due diligence, right? And basically, it's a process of verifying that what the company is saying is true, right? And think of it like this: trust, but verify, right? You want to make sure that what the company is saying is true, right? Whether you're buying a company, investing in a company, lending money to a company, you want proof. You don't want promises. You don't want opinions. You don't want projections. You want proof. So, with that, let's talk about the different perspectives on that, right? So, first off, the investor's perspective, right? So when investors perform due diligence, they're asking basically in this process, what is the company investable, right? Am I going to put my money into this company? What's the return on this? So what are they looking at? When they're doing due diligence, or when we're doing due diligence for them, we're looking at the management team. We're looking at the financials. We're looking at the marketing. We're looking at your customer traction, your competitive advantage, your legal structure, right? Whether you're a sole proprietor, partnership, LLC, S corp, C corp, and any intellectual property that you might have tied to the business. And a lot goes with that, right? So perhaps inventory, right? Inventory might fall into the financial part of it. But investors, they want answers to the primary question: can this company produce the return on my investment? And what is that return, right? So every deal is different, right? Some of them just want to make sure they get more than they put into. Some of them want, you've heard, two times, 5 times, 10 times. I'm here to tell you, 10 times, um, that's a unicorn. Most that we see fall into about two, maybe 2.5, once in a while three. Some of them are just one. So meaning, whatever the revenue is on that company or the EBITDA on that company, that's what it's selling for, period. It just kind of depends, collectively what it is. So as we come in as business brokers or investor relations and we do the due diligence, we're taking all these puzzle pieces and putting them all together. And then we can come up with a valuation for you and decide, okay, this is what the company is worth. This is the true fair market value of your company. Um, so the investors, as I said, they're looking for a return on their investment, right? So what they're looking for is upside potential, growth, scalability, and risk reduction, right? So the bigger the investment, the deeper the due diligence is going to go. It's a little bit different when we're selling a company and there's a prospective buyer coming in to take a look at a company, kick the tires around, whatever the case might be, right? Their approach is a little different in the sense their question is this: am I buying what I think I'm buying? So what they're going to be looking for again is some of it's the same, but some of it's different, right? So financial performance, they're going to be looking at your customer concentration. How many customers do you have? Are they reoccurring customers? Is it a one and done? What things like that, right? They're also going to look at your employee stability, so your attrition. So if you're constantly cycling through employees, That's going to be maybe a management problem, and so they might want to drill down on that piece too. They're also going to look at your contracts, right? Your lease contracts, any vendor contracts you might have, things like that. Also, any litigation you have going on. Are you being sued? Are you suing somebody? Those are things that are going to be looked at. Actually, in both. Your vendor relationships. What vendors do you have? Are they top tier vendors? Are they low tiers? How's your contracts? We're going to want to look at the contracts and see, are you getting a fair price, for the products that you buy? And then your overall operational process, what that looks like. So as a business broker, I'm going to tell you this, right? Many buyers fall in love with the company during the marketing process, right? Oh, I love this company. This is great. Whether it's a gas station, a food mart, a hair salon, a tech company, whatever the case might be, they look at, they kick the tires. It looks great. Yeah, I want to learn more. Then we go into the due diligence process. And normally that's when everybody becomes skeptical, right? And the reason for that, it's normal, number one, right? Because now we're in that trust and verify part of it. You've said all this information, they've looked in and seen all this stuff. Now it's time to verify, right? Bank statements, cash flow statements, income statements, P&Ls, you name it. So, do the numbers support the story you've told? Do they? Don't know. That's what the whole process is all about. So let's flip it now. Let's flip it and talk to you about the company side or the founder or the business owner side, right? So here is, I'm going to tell you this, right? Think about this. Let's just say this. Where do most founders make a mistake when they're getting ready to sell their business or raise capital? Right? Do you think where due diligence starts? Does it start when the investor shows up, or does it start, when the buyer shows up? It doesn't. You know when it starts? It starts the day you open your business, because due diligence starts the day you launch your business, because every contract, every tax return, every financial statement, every employee file, and every customer agreement and vendor agreement, they become part of that due diligence all the way from day one. So they all become part of that due diligence. The best founders build their company as if someone is going to be inspecting it tomorrow, right? Because day one, they probably will. So, what should every company do to be ready, right? So, number one, every founder should maintain very good and accurate financial records, your profit and loss, your balance statement, your tax returns, your cash flows, legal documents, your formation documents, your operating agreements, contracts, licenses, any in operations, SOPs, customer agreements, vendor agreements, human resources, employee records, policies, compensation plans. Think three things: organized, accurate, accessible. Right? If you guys got that, then great. Okay, so let's say, why do deals fail during the due diligence process? Okay, well, you can kind of guess from the things that I've already spoken about, but most deals because of the valuation and because of data is missing, inaccurate financials, undisclosed liabilities. We had a company not too long ago, we found out had three lawsuits against them that they were kind of hiding from the whole sale process. When that was found out, nobody's want to buy that. They don't want to take on that litigation. Poor record keeping, lack of being prepared, right? Preparedness. Um, the buyer investors, what happens? They lose confidence in you, right? You've marketed this, we've marketed it, whatever the case might be, for this nice, bright, shiny new company that's doing all this stuff, and then they get and start drilling down, and none of it's matching to the story that's been told. So we try to be very careful, and we do our own due diligence with you to make sure that we've got an accurate picture so that when we do advertise it and sell it, that or raise capital for it, that it's accurate and the investors or buyers are not going to lose confidence. Confidence is everything, right? So what should let's give me a couple tips here, right? We Lisa and I typically always give you 6 tips. So tip number one: prepare for the due diligence, right? Before you need it. Start day one. Keep good records. Make sure that they're accessible. Number two, keep financial records current and accurate. Number three is build a VDR, right? A VDR is a virtual data room like Dropbox or whatever, and that should be all of your documents, your financial documents. That way, if you go to sell, you can just direct them to that. There's all the company documents that they would ever need. Do I recommend Dropbox? Not necessarily. It depends on the size of the company and the data. If there's proprietary data, things like that. There are a lot of companies out there that even we're building one ourselves for our clientele to do a virtual data room to put all their documents in so that our investors and our network can just go to one place and grab what they need based off of access that they have. So, number one, fix any problems before the investor or buyer finds out. And that's where we come in and we help a lot too, right? And when you're selling your business or when you are raising capital, we can help you find, things that need to get shored up. Uh, Transparency, number five, transparency. It's king. Make sure that you're transparent, and then treat every business like it's always for sale, right? From day one. All right, well, that's it for the quick hit. Appreciate you guys very much. Looking forward to seeing you guys on our full podcast next week. Anyways, go out and make some money. Thanks. Have a great day. Bye.